Trifecta, but not to be. Righto, they roll around. Green at the ready, 2 flying laps. Green's down away, Dean Sparrow gets a beautiful start. Hawkins though comes back at him, Sparrow on the high line. Side by side they stick together for those Collingwood supporters out there. But it's Sparrow out in front. Sparrow down the back straight. Hawkins comes back, sticks the nose in, can't quite go on with it at this stage. Dean Sparrow on the high line, car working nice. Hawkins makes a charge back up. Hawkins on the low line, tries to put it in there, but Sparrow covers himself nicely down the back straight for the last time. Dean Sparrow, Justin Hawkins, and it will be Australia 2 to stay out there, Australia 3, just like they finished the title. Dean Sparrow, challenger gets to choose. Jimmy Cowley will make his choice as to where he starts from. Challenger chooses. And we know that the 56 car will start out of 6. Righto, Jimmy's gone for the low line. The high line won last time, but Jimmy's gone for the low line. His setup's probably better suited to the low line. Let's see what happens. They come round for the green. Green's down, we're away. Cowley gets a nice start. Hawkins still going to run that high line, but it's Cowley on the low line. Obviously, set up suits. Sparrow down the outside. Sparrow, what can he do? Cowley sits on that low line. Sparrow's tucked down. He's going to try his line. 1 down, 1 to go. Dean Sparrow looks like he might be in the 5th position. Unless something happens drastic here. Dean Sparrow on the low line. Can he challenge? What can he do? Jimmy Cowley down the back straight. The Queenslander into 3 for the last time. He'll bring it round to take the checkered. And Jimmy Cowley moves up a spot. And Dean Sparrow will start out of 5. So Dean back to 5. Next challenger is Jacob Mills. Young Millsy in the 12 car. A spring come adrift in his car last night in the mini feature, and he didn't have his setup right, and the car got too much of a lean up, and one of the springs actually dropped out of its socket, they tell me, so hence he didn't do too well. He chooses to start the high line. Challenger's choice on the high line. Jimmy Cowley on the low line. The flag's down. Mills, Cowley. Cowley goes in deep. Mills with a second grab at that big pedal. Mills into the lead. Cowley's coming back at him down the back straight. Oh, a little bit of contact there. We know they're there. And Cowley's not going to give in that easy. Jacob Mills on the high line still hanging there. Cowley side by side on the line. There's hardly anything separates the two. Mills goes in deep again. Cowley, he pushes up high. Mills, Cowley on the low line. Mills on the high line. Mills has got the drive this time. And Millsy's going to go on to take this out unless something drastic happens, and I can't see it. Cowley's on the low line. Still going to have a crack at it. Cowley, and Cowley comes back to steal it. Cowley steals it from Mills. So Mills will start out of 4. Cowley is about to be challenged by the flying Moe engines. Rosedale number 30 of Stephen Laidlaw. Where will Stephen start? He'll go the high line. Laidlaw on the high line. He's a shrewd little driver, Stephen Laidlaw. He's been around, I've known him for 30 plus years, and certainly knows how to make a car go. Right, our green flag's at the ready. Cowley and Laidlaw. Cowley, he's getting some drive out of this Queensland car. Laidlaw goes in deep. Goes in real deep. Will he get the drive out of the corner? Laidlaw, yes he does. And doesn't he get the drive? Laidlaw takes it. Drops down onto the low line just to cover. Pushes up a bit, and Cowley comes back at him. Cowley's got the nose in front. Laidlaw, Cowley tries to keep Laidlaw up high. Laidlaw tries to bump him down low. Cowley's been around 45 years of racing. Stevie's only got about 42 years of racing. to Cowley's, just as a wily old fox as Stephen Laidlaw. What will they do on the last corner? Stephen Laidlaw can't do much about it. And Jimmy Cowley will move on. Stephen Laidlaw will start out of 3. Oh no, there's Dad now. Young Jacob couldn't do it. Let's see what Dad can do. Trevor Mills. We talk about veterans, 45 years for Cowley, about 42 years for Stephen Laidlaw, and I reckon Mills is in the 42, 43 year bracket too. They've been. So, a lot of years of racing between a few of these guys out there. There's some young fellas that are pretty quick, but some of these old blokes are very quick. Righto, Millsy's gone for the high line as well. So Millsy on the high line, Cowley on the low line. Green flag is down, we're away. Cowley gets a nice start. Trevor Mills, yellow, we go on yellow, so Stuart not happy with the start. We'll have another crack at that one. This is for the pole, for a 25 lap feature. 25 lap feature sponsored by the Modified Production Association as well as Heartland Speedway Club. I did have a little list of all the names that were sponsoring the final, which hopefully if I get my clipboard back I can tell you. It left with Neil Whitnish's car and hopefully it will be coming back to me. Righto, green's down on the end, we're away. Cowley keeps Millsy up high. Millsy, he knows how to play this game and he's hanging tough on the outside. Millsy, Cowley's there. Millsy, will he get the drive out of the corner? Yes, he does. Still, Cowley goes in deep under brakes. A couple of wily old foxes, all right. Cowley's got the nose in front, and that's where it needs to be on the next lap. Mills down the outside. Mills will go in deep, gives it that second boot. He's really pushing the limits there, Trevor Mills. Brings it around down the back straight. Millsy sticks the nose. Now he'll shut the gate. No, he doesn't. Cowley comes right back at him. And Cowley on the low line, Mills on the high line. Cowley's got the pole, but I reckon Millsy wanted to start outside front because Millsy likes the whole line, and I reckon that was a smart bit of foxing there. Make it look good for the first lap and then just back it off on the end and let him have it because he wanted the outside front. I reckon now that's went down, but anyway, as I say, wily old fox are some of these drivers. Mate, I think you just got outfoxed by Millsy. You're a wily old bloke of 45 years of racing, and Millsy, at the very end, just gave up and let you go. I think he wanted to start this final on the outside.
Well, he could have done, but I don't care. I got pole, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, no, it was really good. I didn't really expect to be here, I tell you. I thought they would get me here for sure.
Well, it's a long way down from Maroochydore or thereabouts, and worth the trip down to say that at least you're going to start the feature on pole. You started the Queensland title last week on pole. Didn't go your way, you finished 8th, but that's racing. But for, tonight, you never know your luck.
Did you have to remind me about that? Thank you very much. Look, I'd like to thank the Heartland racetrack. It's a really good racetrack. Never been here before, but I'll be back. I'd like to also thank my wife who come down with me, my best pit crew ever.
Yeah, you got to have one of those. I have one just to keep me on my feet these days. You've got to have a good wife behind you, as they say. But anyway, good luck with the final, mate. And anyone you'd like to thank while we got this little break?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my son Brendan, who's at home watching on TV and ringing me up and say, change this, Dad, change this, Dad. So I hope he's pretty happy now. Thank you. No
worries, good on you. Jim Cowley, all the way down from the Sunshine Coast, Maroochydore, and he's put it on pole, so he'd be pretty happy, and maybe he's got the commentator's curse, he's going to win this one.
So we're going to go to a short break, ladies and gentlemen, while we